Okay, 8th grade students, so to complete the projected revenue spreadsheet, you're in your Drive with your Computer 8 folder. You're going to do a new Google Sheet, and you're going to name it Projected Revenue, okay? Now, step number 4 says we're going to format cells A1 to D1. It wants them to be bold, and we're going to center align them. So we have to go up to the horizontal line and we have to center them, and then we have to do the wrap text feature. So text wrapping is right here when you hover on it and you click on the arrow, and it's the middle one is called wrap, so that'll text wrap those cells. Okay. Step number 5 says key the data as it appears in figure E-5-1 into the spreadsheet. So what you guys are going to type is all this data, and I've pre-typed it out. So you're not sitting there watching me type constantly, okay? But you're going to type all this data in. And when you're done, you got to make sure to make the columns wide enough so everything shows properly, okay? Let me get rid of that. So, alright, so there. Now make sure, when you put your numbers in, like you start in B3 and you go to B8. And, B12 to B17 as numbers, just like this. This is what it needs to look like. Your total projected game revenue should be an A32. So make sure your sheet looks like this. It needs to be an Arial and size 10, which it is, okay? Now, step number 6 then is asking me to format cells A2. So I'm going to go to A2, and then I can hit the control button and hold it on the keyboard, and I can do A9, and then A11, and then A18. I'm going to scroll down with my wheel on my mouse. A20, A24, A26, A30, and A32. It wants them all bolded, so I selected all of them separately, and I bolded it. And it went over the line here a little bit, so I'm going to space out right there, okay? Then it wants me to format certain cells. So it wants me to format cells B8, B17, so once again I'm holding the control key every time I click, okay? So B17, B23, B29, C31, so right here, and D31, okay? And it wants me to do a bottom border, so I need to go up to the borders here, click on it, and then this one is a bottom border. See how it has the bottom spot right there? And then a line shows up underneath there, okay? Now, so it wants me to format cells B3 to C32. So I'm going to go right here to C32, and it wants me to do it as currency with 2 decimal places. So I'll click on the Format as Currency button up top here. Okay? Step number 9 says format column D to percentage to display 2 decimal places. So I'm going to click on the D here, okay? And in order to do a percent, I'm going to go up here to the percent sign, format as percent, and I click on it right there. So this way when I put numbers in, it formats properly. Now I'm going to enter a formula in cell C9. So I'm going to go into cell C9 right here, and I want to do the sum for all these pinball machines. So what I'm going to do is I click on my functions over here, and I click on sum, and then I go right down the middle here and I click, so I have these highlighted, and I hit the enter key. There I have my sum, okay? It wants me to do the same thing in C18, so sum, right down the middle, enter key, okay? Wants me to do the same thing in C24, sum, enter key, and let's see, and C30. So I'm going to go over here to C30, sum, enter key. Alright. Now, in step number 14 says enter a formula in cell C32 to sum all these totals. So same thing, I'm going to go to sum, and I'm going to roll up to the top here. I'm going to start right here and sum up those totals. So I should get $10,110.75. dollars. Now remember, when I grade this, I'm going to look to make sure you have formulas, so you can't just type numbers in, okay? Just so everybody knows. Alright, now it says in cell D9, I'm going to go up here to cell D9, alright? I'm going to click in it, to compute a percent of total projected revenue, okay? So you got to divide, and it even gives you the hint in step 15. You got to do equals C9 divided by the slash sign C32. And you hit enter. Now I have a percent. Now you go down to C18. Same thing, equals C18 divided by C32. Then you go down here to D24 equals C24 divided by C32. Okay, another percent. Then you go down here, equals C30 divided by C32. Okay, so you got all your percents. Enter a formula in cell D32 to compute the sum of the percents. So in order to do the sum of the percents, same thing. We're going to click down here in cell D32, and we are going to sum these up. Sum up these percents, and voila, it equals 100% for us. So we got that part done. The last thing that it wants us to do is bold cells C32 right here and D32. So we're going to bold that, okay? And then step 26 says print preview. So what that means is you go up here to File, and you go down to Print, and you're just looking at it here, so it's all on one page, which it is. It should turn out that way, okay? Alright, so then you go up to Cancel, and now you have your projected revenue sheet done, and it's ready to turn into Google Classroom. So hopefully this video helped you out.